new industry which has been there in the space but became more dominant is called alternative protein space, where there was a division branched out from this meat and poultry. So this section is called as novel foods, where you have plant-based meat, cultivated meats, fermentation-based meat. And this was the first time ever where these sections or sectors used expertise from both biotech and food tech. So what are the divisions, or what is alternative protein space, or what are the terminologies or industries which come under alternative protein space? These are the 5 prime sections. If you look into alternative protein space, it's either called novel foods in some countries. You have plant-based meat. Plant-based meat in the sense, can anyone unmute and say, have you heard about plant-based meats? Can anyone unmute and say, I know there's more than 245 people there, so it'll be great if you can say any company name which comes in your mind of plant-based meat. Anyone? Okay, I'm seeing chat box. Okay, there's Licious. Yes. More brands which you've seen in the market. To note, India is actually topping in number 3rd position for investments in plant-based meat. So you guys should know more. Okay, I think hopefully after this session, you'll get to know more companies' name. So plant-based meat is nothing but meat which is produced mimicking your chicken meat or your red meat. The source is from plant sources. Say it can be soya or pea protein or legumes or chickpeas. There are different sources which has been coming up as well. And they can be products which is either extruded, or they can be products which is either fermented, based on whichever patented technology the company prefers to. So those comes under plant-based meat. Fermentation-based meat products, which involves mushroom-based fermented meats or soya-based. The name, a company which every biotech or food tech has to keep in mind, which is breaking norms, is a company called Perfect Day. So they actually use precision fermentation, and they make a protein which is mimicking milk protein, but from a plant-based source. And they've already started launching their ice creams, which is of animal-free or cruelty-free product. So this is very important for both students from biotech and food tech to understand and explore the technology behind it, because that's going to be the trend next. Then you have the insect-based meat, which is nothing but a meat-like product, which is got from either insect crushed powder, or it is got from extruded products from the insect proteins. Then comes the cultivated meat, which is, I'll be explaining more about the technology of cultivated meat, but overall, cultivated meat is nothing but isolating of the stem cells from the animal. It can be any source of any form of animal, and those cells are further proliferated to grow and then further scaled up in bioreactors and further downstream processed using food tech processing equipments to get the meat and the byproducts out of it. So under cultivated meat, you have divisions, which is like using microcarriers for suspended cells and 3D bioprinting and others. In this slide, I'm sure you guys can understand that there's millions of opportunities for not just for tech, but also for biotech. Just for example, fermentation-based products, they will be using bioprocess or bioreactors or fermentation concepts. And that's where you guys play a very key role. With regards to cultivated meat, people who are doing genetic engineering is very much important to help the companies to understand the genetic or the genomics, proteomics of that particular cell, which is isolated from the animal. Then I see marine biotech students also been there. So their expertise again on isolation of stem cells and everything. Any doubts still now? The company's name is actually Perfect Day. You can just Google this particular website, and this website will give you the whole lot of information about all the companies in alternative protein space. And I've just given a brief snapshot of that industry, which includes cell-based, plant-based, plant-based raw materials, plant-based consumer goods. Then we have the supporting alternative. We have plant-based milk protein, cell-based milk protein. Why I'm highlighting all these is that all these companies are opportunities for you guys. Just a brief, just an idea I'm sharing is that if you guys are searching for a job, be as active as possible in LinkedIn. You can browse these companies and understand the companies, and then you can literally write out to the founders or scientists in the particular companies, or look for openings. You don't have to think and see like, where will I find these name of the companies? So you can just browse this link and